Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here at 4:30 on this Thanksgiving Eve. We're going to set the table for tomorrow night's main course, Packers Dolphins. Brad's serving up smarts about a traditional Thanksgiving side dish in his 3 brilliant minutes. But we begin with what you're looking at behind me. This is the current Children's Museum of Green Bay. That's this building right here. This building up here behind it is going to get knocked down for an ambitious expansion plan. And today, the museum launching the public funding portion of their fundraising program. They're calling it Reaching New Heights. Museum leadership wanting to add on to their existing building there on Bay Beach Road. And you can see what the renderings look like right here. It will more than double their daily capacity for people and build state-of-the-art exhibits for children and families to enjoy. Now, in total, this project cost $6.5 million to bring it all to life. But they have raised more than 60% of that already, so now they're turning to the public to close that remaining fund gap. This morning, I took a field trip to the home of many field trips to learn how the museum is going to actually reach these new heights. Welcome inside the Children's Museum. This is Heather Heil. She is the Business Development Director making the announcement today. You don't make an announcement like this without the confidence that you can get to the finish line, right? I mean, so you got a little over $2 million right around there to go. What gives you the confidence that you're going to get there?
This community has been so supportive of the initiatives of the Children's Museum of Green Bay. They know we are plagued by capacity issues. As you can see behind me, we have lots of little bodies in here.
Pretty much behind you.
Yes, wanting to grow and learn and play, and we offer that, and we have offered that in our community for over 30 years, and we want to continue to grow with the community.
So let me ask you about that, because the 30 years have seen a little bit of a vagabond existence for the Children's Museum. Literally, to start, it was in a mobile van, if you will.
Correct.
Right?
People don't realize that.
Yeah.
So we were going out into the community, realizing the value of play-based education for children. And we know, as we're now getting into 2025, and scientists are saying brain development for children is 1 to 5 years of age. It's so important what they're taking in and how they're building those skills to succeed later in life.
So it went from the mobile van, went to Fort Plaza, went to downtown, the Watermark building, and then you moved over here, and now you're asking the community for more, right? To expand for good reason. But is there at all concern that there might be a little bit of fatigue? Like the Children's Museum, it's hard to understand what it is because it's changed so much in its existence.
Absolutely, and just like children growing changes, so are we, and we're growing with them. So thank you for bringing that up. The Watermark project in the downtown area, we outgrew that space. When we moved into that space, Chris, it was shared that we could build up and behind us, and there was a fire retaining wall, so there was no room for us to expand. So when we came to this, our final home space, so we're still staying here with this expansion. We are taking the building next to us down, and we're going to build up and add to this building. So it's now the space that we need for tourists and our community.
Significant size expansion, but also creativity expansion. How will that stuff allow you to fulfill your mission? Is it the STEAM? Is it the traveling exhibit area that you'll change every 6 months?
100%. And we want to allow children to learn at their own level and to give those children those opportunities. So we need to be bringing in for those 21st century learners the spaces that they need. So the STEM is so popular right now. And if someone watching doesn't know what STEM is, Chris, it's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And again, they're learning through, I mean, ask your child if you have a computer problem. They're going to probably be able to reprogram it for you. Of bringing those
Hand them your iPhone and let them figure it out.
They will fix it. But also giving the opportunities to the parents to learn the technologies that they're learning and how they can better engage, and bringing in those qualified teachers to teach the teachers. So we also work so closely with teachers in our community.
How much of that is also, besides how the learning changes, but it's also to keep the space fresh? Because we heard from folks today who brought their families when they were kids and they always wanted to come back. but kids need to be challenged. They need to be engaged. You have to keep it fresh. Is that part of the goal here as well?
Yes.
Repeat customers, right?
Repeat customers, and we do, Chris. We have families that come in once a week, and they are always engaging in different ways. And it's our job to, whether it's bringing in a different prop or a new exhibit, of different ways to challenge them and grow with them.
Outside of space-wise, what will this do to you when you compare yourselves to other children's museums in the state of Wisconsin? Because size-wise, I would think you're going to be at least on par.
We will be, yes, we'll be the biggest children's museum in the state, and then it will also allow us to compete with really big museums in the country, such as the Indianapolis Children's Museum, the Boston Children's Museum, which we collaborate with on a monthly basis. We're all talking to one another because we understand the importance of childhood education.
So it brings up an interesting point. How does that weave into what we've seen this community do, which is embrace larger and larger events to draw people into the community, which is a huge economic driver? How big of a role do you play in that now as well with your new space? Because when families come, this is a place for them to come.
It is a place for them to come. And most people, Chris, and I'm sure yourself, when you go to a new community with young children, do they have a children's museum? What do they have for my family to do and us to engage with? Same thing here. And with us being out by Bay Beach also, this really is kind of a happening new
It's a perfect spot
and
for you.
the wildlife sanctuary, and we're already collaborating and doing things with them, really making our community strong. And with the draft coming up, I mean, come on.
Right. So let's get to the timeline here.
Yep.
I'm not sure it was supposed to be said the way it was today in mid-2025. However, you do plan to break ground here shortly.
Yeah, we're hoping.
So where does this fundraising timeline deadline sit for folks to get you over the finish line?
We're looking at the end of 2025 to have all of the funding secured, and we have grants out there and ask out there. And that, again, to your question before, we're confident that that money is going to come in, but with giving timelines, things change a little bit, but we still need the community's help. We need you to help drive this into the next phase and bring awareness to that. We are looking at breaking ground in the next couple months. As we have shared, the building is ordered. I think a more realistic timeline is early 2026 of being opening. But this current facility will not close at all during construction. So they will still have access
That's what
to
Herculean feet.
It is. We're being told. Yes.
Heather, congratulations on
Thank
the
you,
announcement.
Chris.
Good luck with the project. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you.